Armchair Generals. This is Gamer1745 here. And of course, hello to Arno, who is here first. We are going to be playing some Manor Lords. I'm sure you guessed that from the title of the stream. I'm just checking, making sure that the stream is going live. I'm going to open up the code here. Okay. All right, good. So, we are expanding housing. We still have empty houses here. Over here, we don't have any empty houses. We have some empty workers. Not sure. Well, maybe there. Let's see about there, there, there. A little bit deep. We'll expand housing there so we can grow a bit. Now over here, we have 2 free houses. Okay, well. That gives us some space for like markets and things, so. Come here like this. Expand and expand. Military over here. Oh no, this is over here. Trading charcoal for ale. They have ale, good. These guys are trading way over to the far one, charcoal for stone. I haven't quite got us any stone yet. Shields, tools. Okay. Oh. They've got 36, so what we're going to do is stop trading them. Trade them spears for tools. Excuse me. I've been having a cough, persistent, unfortunately, since I had a major cold almost a month ago now. Not coughing all the time, but it just, since I started talking here, caused me to cough a bit. So yeah. Yeah, bit of a pain. Okay, now over here, are we selling? No, we're selling some bows. Large storehouse. Okay, yeah, we have 127 spears, so we got plenty of spears. Oh, what do we have for large shields? Large shields, plenty. What I'm going to do here is Create another militia unit locally here. Mules required for high value barter pack station. Alright, okay. Now okay. Well, looking and seeing a lot of our stables are filled up, it looks like. So, well, I guess maybe right here. Build a pack station every day. Or, yeah, hitching post, I should say. Okay, so let's build a hitching post here too. We'll make it a high priority. Now they have 11 wool. I don't think building these houses. We'll get these houses built first. Always want to do a lot of things. Sometimes I think I push myself too thin. Lots of grain, so I need to make the flour. Eat up. We got the hitching post made, so we're going to in essence fill him up. Well, man, you should be pulling stuff out of the green. We have another granary over here. Is this it? Yeah. Not large, but they're also. Okay, so what we're supposed to be doing here is trading lambs what? Let's get up to 55. So now excess lambs and sheep should be sold off. Two of the houses built.
Step right up and sample.
Oh, people want to yarn. So we have 3 nicely functioning communities. Send the hunter out to hunt. Still being worked on, but we're getting most of the fields dealt with. So we may have expanded our fields a little bit larger than our population can handle. Military. Okay, yes, royal taxes have increased. Annual royal tax 1,000. Have that much. Though over here we have a decent amount, but what we can't do is build a manor over here. Oh no, now we can. Oh, we've got more stone maybe. Let's see, what do we have here? Stone, well, 20. Okay, so we can build a manor over here. Yeah, let's build it right up there. That means we can tax over here once we get a manor. Well, uh-oh. The engine has crashed, and yes, Arno, the manor shall be called the White House. Well, don't know if we're quite going to call it the White House. Well, let's see. The black don't. It's scary, I know, but we're restarting here. I don't know if it was the second manor or if there's some other reason for the crash. You should have the game back, yeah, soon. else we forgot to do. But let's try this again. We may have another crash. Okay, we need that. Commit. Oh, this looks like it worked. This time something just didn't work right. Didn't. Here's where we need the mule. Okay. Well, you know, we have a hitching post here too. Okay, let's that one. Someone to work in the weaver shop. They can start dealing with the wool that we're getting over here. Why that's out. Alright. Well, let's we have cash now over here. To a mule. Well, over here. Now, bit of a discussion question. Just a second. See, we got enough of this. We need level 3, but we can't do level 3 until we can get more stone. Maybe they would want some tools. We want more stuff. Where's tools? There's tools. Smithy here cranking out some tools. We have bloomeries over here cranking out iron. Now I know Arno's here. There's a few more people I see that are viewing. I still, the subtitle for this series is Individualism versus Collectivism. And I had a thought just in the last day or two that probably as a cultural group, and people fact check me on this. I would this isn't me trying to tell you what it all is and you gotta agree with me or anything like that. Fact check me on this. And I try to use my language fairly precisely. Is the Anglo-Saxon culture, because I don't want to say English, meaning people in England. I don't want to say others. So I think Anglo-Saxon is a good term. It's not the most correct because it's post-English, meaning post-Norman, post that. But is the Anglosphere, which generally means the we have over here, and we have 80%. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 10% taxes here. Be 10% of that, hopefully. Get enough taxes to be able to pay, collect enough taxes to be able to pay the royal tax is what we're trying to do here. The Anglosphere, which is the generally sort of English-speaking countries, U.S., England, or Britain, maybe Britain, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. And they keep increasing the taxes on me. Is the most individualistic cultures. Not talking country, I'm talking cultures here. Culturally, the most individualistic. Is it? Is there a more individualistic culture out there than the Anglo-Saxon, the Anglosphere, the native English-speaking people? I know there's just a few people out there, but... And if you're watching later on, YouTube, watching the thing, I'd love to hear your take on that. Individualism versus collectivism. I want to actually save this here. And before Arno asks, we're going to do a walk around. So, this is the Middle Ages. In theory, the time the clock has gone down here, this is still the first generation that all this has been built. We're sort of post-apocalypse, meaning in the rebuilding of society phase. From the apocalypse of the collapse of the world coming to the end. Revelations was right, the world came to an end. If we change that to the Roman world, the civilized world, whatever, Now, of course, the Eastern, now she just walked through this lean-to, or whatever we want to call this. at some of the errors here. Let's escape out of this. This is just where we were. We have enough stone, planks, and logs to upgrade to a large tavern, so we're going to large. That's now a construction site. Let's walk on. So is there anyone more individualistic than the Anglo-Saxon? But also, we're looking at society is rising. She's carrying a shield. How cool. Okay. So, again to the collective versus the individual. And that Obama quote, that video, I mean, so, you know, it's not a conspiracy theory, he said it, that you didn't build that. Okay, who built this community that we're walking around? Who built this? Anyone in chat want to say? Who built this? Well, the Manor Lord, especially in the early days, he probably would, you know, of setting this up, you know, when people are living in tents and whatnot, he probably would have gotten his hands dirty and helped build. Now that he has a manor house and things are going good, he probably doesn't get out there and, you know, thatch a roof or even lead an oxen around or pick some apples or anything like that. But who built this? Did this guy build this? Well, yeah, he you know, he worked in building it. But who built it? Now, the left, and whatever you think of, yes, Arno, the graphics are very good. I was actually looking earlier, well, I guess last night, on an article on the Steam page about the game and how they did some motion capture and other stuff for some of this. So, you know, Obama. You didn't build that on the left. But whatever you think of Obama's political beliefs and whatever they really are, you know, as opposed to what he says. Just as another aside, the right will normally, in my opinion, tell you exactly what they believe. The left, you don't know, because the left knows that if they're too far left and they tell you what they believe, you won't support them. So, the left, you're just not sure when you're talking about the leadership. I'm not talking about the average voter, but then again, there too, some of them are probably, you know, extreme left, and some of them are just middle left, and some are just light left, you know, just a little bit left. So, I don't know if Obama is truly a communist. I believe his grandparents were part of the Communist Party in America. I believe his natural father very well could have been the Kenyan. And his immediate, his mother and stepfather who took him to Indonesia very likely could have been communist. So Obama, and when he hung out with, Bill Ayers, who was a communist bomb planter, literally, planted bombs. Later a university professor. You go from being a terrorist to a university professor. It sounds about normal. I have noticed the number of viewers have gone down, it says. Okay, don't like me getting political, but I'm going to get political. We're still watching the Having up with together. Another plank and another log. Separated. So he's surrounded himself with radicals, or has been surrounded. You don't choose your parents. So I'm not sure. But I suspect if Obama is not a communist in a practical, actual fact, either because he recognizes that it doesn't really work, or he thinks it's something that people don't really support, and he's not a revolutionary communist who wants to impose it on people. Because there are a lot of people on the left that have rather far left opinions that don't really want to murder millions of people. They actually do exist. So, here are these guys. Okay. So, they want to get there truly through consensus. They want to argue the point. They want to use propaganda to convince people to support them. So, is Obama one of those who truly, thinks that, well, people aren't ready for communism yet, so communism isn't a good idea? Or what? I don't know. But he is definitely of the left. And I would say rather far left. So he comes and it says, you didn't build that. And whether he's meaning it in the sense of this community that we have here, that's all basically first generation, not that many years have gone by. This isn't a 200-year-old church. Hey! What is that? Max Evil? Evil? Something sort of like that? Or is it Max Eve 1? I don't know. Probably Max Evil. And, so like I say, this isn't some ancient church with some ancient burial grounds that's been here. This is a newly built community that we've just built. But maybe he's referring to that most Americans live in communities that are older than they are. Let's put it that way. By maybe hundreds of years older. And I don't mean they're maybe immediate housing community, because there's a lot of those things are spring up in America. Quite a lot, actually. But, you know, overall cities and whatnot. So that this generation didn't build that. Maybe that's what he's referring to. But I take it that he's referring to this guy. That this guy didn't build this. It's these people who built it. And because the left wants to promote up that all of these people are equal. To the point of pretending that men and women are the same. And I don't mean just equal before the law, meaning like, hey, if the Manor Lord kills this guy, or this guy with the russet hood on it kills him, either one gets tried for murder. I'm not talking about equality in the sense of justice or something. But they also want to believe that, in essence, men, women, everybody are the same. So, we got Mr. See, look at here. Look at this, look at this. You think this guy here is equal? He doesn't know how, and this woman, doesn't know how to get unattached from the ass of these bullocks. They're idiots. You know, they're not equal to somebody who knows how to. Both waiting, so I guess maybe there's nothing for them to do. But I would contend that this community is filled with people that couldn't build this, that couldn't organize this up, be the leadership element. So, this is where this belief in equality is bad and dangerous. In that each one of these people has equal say in how this community is run. The Manor Lord didn't build it, we built it. We should say what's to be done. Well, that wasn't how this place got started. This place got started, what we're going to do here is ban that, and I think we're going to relocate this over here. Be a big pile of supplies there for a while, but we'll get that built out there. So we have the situation, the real situation, that all of these people that are here can only function because there's a leadership. And in this case, okay, we've got here down, so let's zero taxes over here. here.
Get to work.
Got a lot of stone ink over here. Are we still quarrying it? Come on. Behave, mouse. Here, let's stop. We've got plenty for the moment. We have 20 stone, so we've got some more stone back. We need to get 5 more, so then we can upgrade the church. See about raiding a few houses. I think we can supply their needs well enough, keep them happy enough. So, how do you balance out in a structural or formulaic way between the importance of the Manor Lord and the people? Now, if let's see, approval measures how the people feel towards your rule, it determines population growth and the morale of your militia should you rally them. Okay. So here in this game, if you have below 50% approval, nobody new will move in. I don't know if anybody will actually leave, but nobody new will move into your communities. And when you ask them to go stand and fight somebody, which they could die, if it's low enough, they run away quicker. Okay, that makes sense. But even whether individually or as a community, if people are desperate enough, they will rebel, because it's maybe rebel or die, starvation or something, It may be a very stark choice, but even when it's not. So, in our modern world, with our modern technology, it is so easy for the authorities, the government, to keep track of people and use deadly force. Where here, are these guys, and I'm not hiring more of them right now because I'm worried about having enough money for taxes, that it is a leadership role. It isn't Oh, look, it's also over here. Okay. It isn't just a I command you to do something. Well, if it's one, person here and that's being singled out, and even if it's entirely unjust, and it depends on how you're being singled out, of course, do an extra few hours of work every day, just because you're being singled out unjustly, and it's just one or two people. The rest, they probably just, well, hey, I don't want that punishment on me. I'm gonna keep quiet about it. But your approval rating would go down, So this is not in any way meant to say that aristocracy or however you want to say it here is the answer. And you didn't build that. Well, no, somebody did organize up and build that. I'm trying to think of how it all balances between the you didn't build that and yes, he did. Is it appropriate to have? I know my friend Lum would say, of course not. But if you were to pull it away from an inherited title like Lord of the Manor and just talk about property owner and say this is all owned by somebody here, he would probably be, yeah, this is a company town. He the owner owns it. Here. Oh, come on, trade for. Maybe that's what we're needing. Because I definitely believe from I don't know as an empirical fact, but from my personal experiences, from what I've read, from what I've seen, leadership is critical. Whether it's an entrepreneur, meaning somebody starting their own business up and making it work, or whether it's somebody works their way up a pre-existing corporation, something that was there before they were born and is still there now, and they've, worked in that corporation and moved it up to the top. Effective leadership, I think, is critical. I don't think that just because you can pass the test, meaning like college exams or some similar, qualifications, that's all you need to do and you're good. I entirely disagree with that. But that is how a lot of people think. A lot of businesses are run. That they are run as if they they'll always be there. Anybody can sort of do that job with maybe a bit of experience on the way up. Not that you can just, to a larger corporation, just go, hey, yeah, George there walking down the street, we're going to put you in charge of, some large retail chain. And you've got to, deal with your employees, deal with the products that you buy, make sure that they're all delivered right, and all that kind of stuff. You've got to manage all of that. Now you have people, the subdirectories, but you've got to still oversee it all. I don't think just, I'm not saying that people generally think that just anybody off the street could do that. But the left kind of believes that anybody off the street with a modest amount of experience can do that in as effective a way that it doesn't matter. And that, whoever gets the job, it's, they're going to do just okay. There isn't a need to get the best people. And I do reject that quite heavily. I think to thrive, to do well, not just plod along, you need that bright spark. I don't know. What do you guys think? There's still a few of you out there. A few of you left because I think it got political, but whatever.
Berries, so plump and juicy. You'll want to eat. Berries, bursting with flavour. Fit for a king.
Maybe we should put... I think we also need people working out here. Oh, I thought when I moved it, the workers that were working would have moved with it, but I guess they don't. Right, now I know that.
Well, perhaps it was simply a bad watch. These things do happen from time to time.
Does yarn count as clothing? Do they sell it in the market stalls? Maybe, maybe not.
Step right up and sample. Don't be shy, good sirs and ladies. Step right up and sample.
You should be trading stone for tools. They like not need tools over here or something. Well, they need tools over here because the cobbler could use some, the blacksmith could use some. If I did a joiner, they could use some. Yeah. I thought.
Don't be shy, good sirs and ladies.
You can maybe switch over. At least a little better. We do want to keep some flax production going. What do we want to... Let's do... That can build. There. Apiary. Got that raised up. Okay, well, 78. Okay, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna need to increase taxes a bit much. Over here we have even higher approval, but less money, so let's do that. We got this one over here, which we don't have a lot of money, so we, we're doing okay. think we'll have enough wheat. Maybe enough barley. Maybe. Oh, put the wrong button. Uh-oh, we can't go through the fence. We go through that one. Oh, cool.
Bring this here, move that there, on and on.
All right. Well, yes. Yes. Well, this technically would be a farm. Now, what's the difference between a farm and a ranch? Well, the word ranch comes from the Spanish as rancho. I'm not exactly sure what the best English translation directly to that word, but ranch. Ranching and farming are different. These animals are fenced in a narrow sort of pasture. Nowadays, basically all ranching is done fenced in, but the areas can be huge. Basically, and it's often cattle ranching, but you could do sheep ranching and other things. Is that the animals are basically wild with ranching. They are generally in a fenced-in area, but it would be a large area that is mostly natural. Can you take a look at the fishing, please? Oh, we certainly can. And so, where this is farming, where you take care of the sheep individually, and it's much more get closer. So this is more sheep farming, I would say. Europeans mostly just farm. This is one of the fishing huts. There's a boat, house that we can go into that is small, empty. Now I would say mostly, not universally, but mostly people would have lived in a house as part of like this fishing compound, as opposed to, oh, I'm going the wrong way. Pond is this way. As opposed to, you know, they would live where they worked, shall we say, mostly.
Why do I have to carry this alone?
Okay, it's not letting me any closer to the
Gave the old
pond.
ox a hand for the month-old brat. He spat it in my face and tried to carve me a new nipple.
How interesting. I keep trying to walk up there and it won't let me. How interesting. Well, I think we're going to have a short day here. Not too many people here, and I'm a bit tired. I was up more than half the night. So, Arno, thanks for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. Since you're the only one that's real. There's other viewers I see, but no one else has been in chat. So, thank you. Tomorrow, I am planning on making a long drive to my secret mountain base. So I'm not planning on streaming War Thunder tomorrow. So, yeah. Sorry, Arna. Probably should have started this a little earlier in the morning. But yeah, it's starting to hit me. So I'm hoping to be able to get some sleep now. So thank you all. I'll be back. Should be next weekend. Not sure if I'll be back here in California or still up in the secret mountain base by the weekend. Probably back here. But, oh, hey, Von Schweinhound is here. Well, good. Thank you. So, thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys later.